Let me welcome you to today's flight, both standard participants and some new ones. Today we will do a VFR flight from Pensacola International to Jeremiah Denton with an optional but encouraged stop at Mobile International. Let's see what the weather tells us. And for that, I will rather go here and let's review what it has in store for us. Let's start with the winds. These are surface winds. You can see that they are mostly from the west and not very strong. If we go a little bit up, we have more uniform wind spread, like 10 knots from the west, and at 6,000 feet we would have from northwest winds from 10 to 15 knots. So wind-wise, that's pretty all right. Let's review the clouds that we can expect. 19 Zulu, the clouds expected are like few at 5,000 to 7,000 feet. I don't see anything more sincere, more severe. 1 hour later, 20 Zulu, the clouds are still all right. So I would say that it's a good day to fly. If I check some turbulence, we might have some light turbulence at 6,000 feet. At 3,000 feet, yeah. So we can expect a little bit of buffeting of the aircraft, but again, nothing that shouldn't be handled. Yeah, we shouldn't handle. If I check the current METAR, and don't forget to update or kind of get a new one, because new one will be up in 20 minutes. So it would be nice to have it. Currently, the winds reported are from 310 at 5 knots with very great visibility, and the broken layer of clouds at 7,500 feet. Quite high temperature, standard pressure. Looking into the future, we can see that the winds predicted for the whole day are roughly 300 at 09 knots. And from 2000 Zulu, we can expect slightly stronger winds from a little bit different direction. For now, it's 310 at 5. I look at the Mobile International. The current METAR is very light winds from 280. Forecast basically is confirming that at 20 Zulu, maybe the winds will be from 210. Maybe they will stay at roughly 27 or 280. In any case, if they are up until 7 knots, we don't really mind. The broken layer is at the same altitude, slightly higher pressure, but very slightly. So I don't see anything that would prevent us from flying. So yeah, that's about it for that portion. Let's introduce the airports. The departure airport is Pensacola International. It is Class Charlie Airport, and up until a few minutes ago, we had a Jacksonville Center controller online, so we would need to call them and request a VFR departure. We are located here, or should be, and the winds are from 310, so it's really up to us if we're gonna use runway 26 or 35. If the winds are really as reported, I would still use 26. It's close enough, and it's in general direction of our flight. But also 35 is very viable. Doesn't really matter that much. Destination 1 is like an interim destination. I'm planning to do some touch and goes here. It looks like we would use runway 18 for that. At least currently it looks like that. When we are in the air, we can review the current METAR and wind and adjust accordingly. As you can see, runway 18 is left traffic. We have right traffic on runway 14 and 36. So basically, they keep the local traffic away from the airport so you don't fly over the center of the airport. This is a Class Delta airport on the edge of Class Charlie, which belongs to Mobile Regional Airport. Our final destination is Jeremiah Denton. It's a pretty nice runway, like extending all the way to the bay. So we might have a feeling like landing on the carrier, maybe. We'll see. The predicted winds or forecast winds are currently almost perpendicular to the runway, so I guess we'll need to see when we get there what runway is more preferable to us. If the wind doesn't prefer any runway, or if it's just slightly against using runway 12, I would still use it for the sole purpose that runway 12 has the parking at the end. But we'll see how that happens. I don't mind like 1 or 2 knots tailwinds. That should be pretty doable. Okay, let's go for the route planning. This is like a general route that I planned. You of course might have something very different. I will amend here this a little bit. There in the northern corner of this mobile bay, simulator told me that probably there is some scenery, there's some ship that I might be able to see. So I'll probably extend and then only go to the airport. But it's up to you. I prepared for myself like 2 navlogs because I want to like land, do some close traffic work, and then depart again. Yeah. So that's it. Regarding the airspaces, there's nothing really dangerous this time around. We are leaving this very complicated VFR airspace to the east and moving more to the west. So if I start with like normal airspaces, then I can see that the Pensacola itself is in Class Charlie. So we would need to speak to someone to depart, as well as when arriving to Mobile International. This is Class Delta. The Class Charlie that it sits at the edge of is from 1500 feet. So by the time you reach the airport, you should be below this outer shell. Both Class Charlie and Class Delta has the very same entry criteria, and that is that you need to be in two-way communication with ATC, which means establishing a radio contact and the ATC calling you by your call sign and not saying you to stay away from that airspace. Even if they respond something like with your call sign and then followed by standby, that already gives you permission to enter that airspace. Not to land, of course, but enter the airspace. Then we have some military operations area. This time it's Pensacola South. And as you can see, it kind of goes, this is the border of it, this magenta like a ladder line. And it goes all the way here, goes along the shore, and then ends at the mobile bay. If I go down to the legend, find the Pensacola South, here, I can see that its floor is 10,000 feet. I don't know about you, but I'm not planning to fly above 10,000 feet. So this military operations area doesn't concern me at all. What would concern me is the alert area. And this is quite a big alert area. If I saw correctly, and I will just zoom out, this A292 is probably all the way there, encompassing this whole portion of the land and air. And it's already depicted here. It's caution, high volume of rotary and fixed wing training, surface to 17,500 feet. Again, we are in the simulator, so we don't really care that much, but in real life, I guess it's full of traffic. And the pattern at Mobile International might become full of traffic, specifically us, in a while. All right, so that's it. We have airspaces, nothing really difficult today regarding that. As for the route itself, what I'm planning to use as my fixes is here there is some speedway, so some racetrack that I hope I will be able to see. So when I depart and then maybe turn towards that, we'll try to get, the intersection of those two highways and then start following this one all the way there. There is like a group of radio towers, probably, or something like that. Should be pretty visible if you have the Wheel of VFR region mods. Then we continue along the road all the way to Mobile Bay. Again, this body of water should be very recognizable. I will continue a little bit still along the route all the way there, and then we'll turn towards the airport and join the traffic pattern. We'll come to how to join the traffic pattern very soon. Any questions up until now? Something that is not really clear why I've chosen to do a certain thing or not. Right? If not, then I will continue. Let me just take this moment to repeat that whenever you have a question, just interrupt me and ask. It's going to be better than you forgetting about the question. I will be available also here on Discord throughout the whole flight, so you can ask questions also while flying. All right, let's continue. So the departure, as I already said, we are meeting here at the General Aviation ramp. If we are using runway 26 for the departure, then the best course of action would be to do a straight out departure, and that means to maintain a runway heading all the way to at least 1,600 feet. If we would be in an airport environment and we had a lot of like large or turbine aircraft in the vicinity and in the patterns, it would be better to climb to 2,100 to be 500 feet above their pattern altitude, which is 1,500 feet AGL by default. So when we are at a safe altitude out of the traffic pattern, we are able to turn on course and continue. If we had an ATC, the way first we need to determine who to contact. So is it a ground? Is it a clearance delivery? And this information you can easily get on the chart when you go for Pensacola and you bring up the airport diagram. All the frequencies in the upper left corner, and you can see they have a clearance delivery. If you are a VFR flight, it's often enough to contact the ground. However, if there is an ATC, they usually have an ATIS up, and in the ATIS it can say that even VFR traffic should contact clearance delivery at first. So you would basically follow those instructions when it comes to that. And then the call can sound something like this. Pensacola ground, November 123 Alpha Bravo, is a type Cessna 152 at J parking by D Delta 6 with information Quebec. This is the 80s information. Taxi for VFR departure to the northwest, flight following to Mobile International at 4,500 feet. You can omit, of course, the flight following part if you don't want it. But this is like your initial call. It might look like that. And they would tell you what to do. Fly runway heading, go there and go there, stay below a certain altitude while in class Charlie, and so on and so forth. Since it doesn't look like we have any ATC, we just quickly, yeah, we don't for now. We would, of course, self-announce. We will treat this airport as a Class Golf airport, and you need to do all the normal calls, and the examples are listed here. You can always also download this file and reference it later if you want. Then we have some en route portion. Its main thing on VFR is really aviate, navigate. So see those landmarks, make sure that you know where we are going. Optionally, use VORs or GPS for situational awareness, but really try to do the exercise and don't use those aids if you can avoid it. It will help you with your ratings, and also you will be more satisfied with yourself. I'm not going through these, how to ask for a flight following and so on, since we don't have an ATC, but please reference to it if the ATC pops up suddenly and you want some services. We will be flying in a Class Echo airspace all the time here, all the way en route, so even if ATC comes online, you don't need to talk to them until you want to enter the Class Delta. Then arrival 1. Before you make a first contact with the tower controller, in this case, it's good practice to get the current ATIS and have it ready so you can inform the controller on the initial contact that you have that information. The call that you might do, and let's say this example is kind of a VATSTAR specific example, because in real life you would not contact mobile approach, but rather mobile tower instead. But since the top-down structure is there, then mobile approach might work in this case. So mobile approach November 123 Alpha Bravo, again, is a type Cessna 152 Slant Alpha, 10 miles to the east of Mobile International at 3000. Request close traffic at Mobile International with information Romeo. So the structure is always the same. The facility you call, the calling station, so your call sign, who you are, where you are, at what altitude you are, and what you want. That doesn't change generally. They can tell you something like enter left downwind or enter left base of runway 18 or whatever, and you just do what they ask. When you are at midfield, for example, they will tell you to enter the left downwind of 18. When you are at midfield, then you can report at midfield and state intention. So something like mobile tower, November 123 Alpha Bravo, left downwind runway 18, touch and go, and stay in the pattern. If that is your final touch and go, you can ask like touch and go and departure to the south. Here I listed like standard entry procedure for the left down to the traffic pattern. As I said, runway 18 is has a left closed traffic, so you will strive or you will try to enter the downwind at midfield at 45 degrees, and that is the ideal condition. If you join here or there, the airport will still stay standing, so no problem. But try to aim for the middle, for the midfield. You should already be at 1,000 feet before joining, and that is for the purpose of, because when you are flying here, you all the time you need to control or monitor that you don't have any traffic coming at you from the left. If you have, you need to give way to that traffic, because they have a right of way if they are already established in the traffic pattern. So the easiest option how to avoid that traffic would be to do a right orbit or a right 360 and try to rejoin that downwind again. So really monitor this, especially when we will be there, and try to accommodate. We will need to communicate and try to stay in the pattern safely. When you are flying the pattern and you are climbing out, it's recommended that you turn to your crosswind at 700 feet AGL and when already after the departure end of the runway. So don't turn crosswind while you're still above the runway. Wait until you are behind it and then make a turn. If it means that you will climb all the way to pattern altitude already on your upwind, that's perfectly fine, and you made the turn later. When in a traffic pattern, we in the US, we announce each and every leg. So you will announce each turn. When turning crosswind, you will announce that you are turning crosswind. When turning downwind, you will announce that you are turning downwind. And all the time, always include like it's left base runway 18, left downwind runway 18, left base runway 18, and final runway 18. The latest where you should announce your intentions is on the final. So it would be something like mobile traffic, November 123 Alpha Bravo, turning final runway 18, touch and go. And that could be your call. So as long as you are in the pattern, do this. And again, when we are departing, the same rule apply. Climb at least to 1,500 feet before making a turn. In this case, it's going to be pretty easy because we want to go south. So if we are indeed using runway 18, that's all right. As for the traffic pattern entry, as I said, I will be entering like I will overfly this portion here. So in order for me to join the downwind of around 18 at 45 degrees to the downwind, from this position I will need to circle it a little bit to position myself to correctly enter the traffic pattern. And let me see if I can actually draw it here. I'll just exit the presentation and I will quickly draw this. Yeah, so this is like the last portion of the traffic pattern. Of course, it's not to scale. And if I want to join here and I was there, I need to kind of position myself correctly and fly something like that. Again, this is not to scale. As a general principle, try to maneuver around the traffic pattern and stay at least 2 nautical miles from the traffic pattern, because some people would make like wider traffic patterns, even if it's recommended to be at like maybe 1 to 1.5 nautical miles away from the runway at all times. Some people will go wider, so try to stay at least 2 nautical miles from the runway when doing this maneuvering. All right. Any questions to this? Because there was a lot of information covered. All right, let's continue to the final portion of our flight, and that is the arrival to Jeremiah Denton. This time I've depicted both. This is like untowered field, so no ATC. We need to announce on CTAF, aka Unicom on VATSIM. If we are landing 1-2, the same procedure applies. 1,000 feet already before joining and left downwind, midfield 45 degrees. If we are going for a 3-0, if we are landing 3-0, then the procedure would be slightly different. We would overfly the field 500 feet above the traffic pattern altitude, preferably perpendicular and midfield. Continue for at least 2 nautical miles, still at the altitude. The reason is pretty simple. You don't want to descend to the traffic pattern here. So stay at 1,500, at least 2 nautical miles. If you are doing 60 knots, then it's 2-minute flight. If you are doing 120 knots, it's a 1-minute flight, and so on. And then when you reach that, you will do a teardrop entry. And this is, again, not to scale. I didn't have more space here. So you do a teardrop entry. I have found that maintaining a standard rate turn will generally position you very well to join the downwind at midfield and at 45. So I will start descending turn, right turn, and before I join the downwind at 1000 feet, again, I'm checking if there is nobody else, already on the downwind, so I can join. If there would be someone, I would do one more circle for spacing, and so on. And then you follow the standard traffic pattern. If we are landing 3-0, then we will need to backtrack the runway. So again, you can call that you're backtracking the runway. Or if we have space and if there is grass, maybe we can taxi on the grass instead to allow others to land. Let me go back also to this because it has a bigger picture. If it happens that, for example, there is some slower aircraft flying the downwind and some faster aircraft behind it, then you have basically two options or more, but two main options how to make sure that you don't run into them. First is, again, when you are on the downwind, you do the 360 on that downwind for spacing. Another is to, if you know that you will not catch him until they turn base, you can extend the downwind a little bit and then land behind them. All those maneuvers should be called out on a CTAF or Unicom or by ATC if you are under positive control. And that would likely conclude the briefing. Any questions right now?
Hi. So this will
Hello.
be my first flight on VATSTAR, so I was wondering if I need to file a flight plan for
You
this
don't?
before we fly.
No, you don't.
Okay.
This is a VFR, and in the US, you don't need to file a flight plan for a VFR flight.
Okay, thank you.
Happy flying as always. And let's not try to, let's not try to bump into each other while in the air.
We never do that.
We don't. But never say never, right?
Oh yeah, I jinxed it.
No, hopefully not.
And now I feel obligated
What, to bump into someone?
to bump.
No, please don't.
Okay, doing my best.
Okay, fuel selectors. To green. Very good. All switches. Batteries on.
Radio check.
I have some.
Loud and clear.
Thanks.
Right. That is good. Full mixture. Let's talk.
Clear prompt.
Okay. Engine. Looks good. Let's get the current QNH. (2001) winds are 290 at 8. So QNH 2001, 2991 actually. I don't know why I'm saying 0. All right. This set winds from
Pensacola traffic, November 91 Power Charlie, this is Cessna 152 at the GA rep. Taxiing runway 26 via Delta 5, Delta 4, Pensacola.
Pensacola traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo is twin Cessna 310 at the General Aviation ramp by the Delta 6, taxiing to runway 26 via Delta 4, Pensacola. So let's go.
Pensacola traffic, November 36 Echo, Satellite Pata Warrior, East GA ramp, taxi to runway 26 Delta 4, number 3 behind the twin Cessna, Pensacola.
It's Delta 3. And next one is Delta 4. I'll turn a little bit so my prop wash doesn't go directly behind me. Philip, if you're hearing me, there is some popping sound coming out of your end.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm muting.
Yeah, so thank you. Alright, so we are there, so let's do a run up.
Pensacola traffic, November 91 Charlie, taking off runway 26 for a straight out departure, Pensacola.
Let's check the magnetos. Looking fine. Very good. Feathering of the engine. Looks fine. Engine instruments are in the green. Just idle. Flight controls. Looks good. Okay, so the departure will be... We'll depart runway heading and then we'll turn right. And we'll try to
Pensacola
spot this
traffic,
one.
Spirit Wings 1100 taxiing to runway 35 for departure via Alpha 7 Alpha, holding short runway 26 at Alpha for departing traffic, Pensacola.
Right. Pensacola traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, twin Cessna, taking off runway 26 straight of departure, Pensacola. So let's go to altitude reporting. Let's turn my strobe lights on.
91 Bravo Charlie, passing 1,000 feet, leaving the pattern to the west. Final call, Pensacola.
Right, landing lights on. Timer on. And let's go. Okay, I have positive rate, so gear up.
Pensacola traffic, Spirit Wings 1100, crossing runway 26 on Alpha, continuing taxi runway 35 via Alpha, Pensacola. Pensacola traffic, Oriole 36 Echo at Delta 4, departing runway 26, straight out departure, Pensacola. Pensacola traffic, Spirit Wings 1100, clear runway 26, Pensacola.
I've reduced power. Pensacola traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, leaving the pattern to the west. Final call, Pensacola. Okay, so let's turn. It should be roughly 2908. A little bit more at this point. So just use it as a reference. There we have a major highway here. Another one there. So I'll just try to climb. I can turn off the landing lights, don't need them anymore. And the fuel pumps.
Pensacola traffic, November 156 Juliet 3, is type Cessna 172 on taxiway Bravo 5, taxi runway 26 via Bravo 5, crossing runway 26, Delta 3, Delta 4. Pensacola traffic.
It should take me about 4 minutes.
Pensacola traffic, Gloria 36 Echo, upwind runway 26, leaving 1100 and 2500, departing west, final call, Pensacola.
Okay, there is this racetrack.
Pensacola traffic, Spirit Wings 1100, taking off runway 35, departure to the east, Pensacola.
This is the racetrack and the road.
Pensacola traffic, 156 Juliet 2, crossing runway 26, Pensacola traffic.
Following that road, strongly believe.
Pensacola traffic, November 156 Juliet 3, clear of runway 26, Pensacola traffic.
Let's try to see. There we have that racetrack. Next course after that will be a 2909er, so it's good. We are at 4,500.
Pensacola, Spirit Wings 1100 is clear of the airport, direct Crestview VOR, Pensacola.
and we'll be following the road. Let's reset the timer at 4.9 minutes. It took me probably 1 minute more. Doesn't really matter. And let's reduce the power because I don't need to go this fast. All right. The speed I want to go by is 170, so probably like 155 here on the indicated.
November 156 Juliet 2, departing runway 26, full traffic.
And let's fly and look around. Okay, engines are running great. Speed is correct, altitude is correct. I already start seeing those transmitters or radio towers there. Here will be the group for me. Okay, just a tad bit of power. And I should be reaching them in 6 minutes, more or less. Oh, there we have some aircraft. Do we have some clouds here? It looks like we do. So let me descend a little bit. If those might still be those like see-through clouds. But let's not... Yeah, okay, it's some cloud layer here. Should be at least 500 feet below that. So let's go to 4,000 probably. It will be below that. Yeah, but still a little bit further down. Yeah, so this is the single antenna transmitter. It's probably this one. And then we have a group of 3. And I can see them here. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if it's possible to if it's like it can be seen on the video, but I can see it here. Okay, so let's add power back so I stop descending. So those are the group of 3. That will continue follow the road, and I can already see the start, like the mobile bay here. The airport will be somewhere there, and there should be some USS Alabama ship, I believe, the north side of this bay. So I'm gonna check it out. Right, so where exactly did I plan my reporting point? Okay, starting the first one. Very close to it right now. It's gonna be those 6 minutes, I reckon. Yeah, pretty much. So 6 minutes this is. Let's reset the timer. Let's make a note. 6.0. And then we have 5 minutes on 281. Is it already flying there? Again, following the road. My next reporting point is right there. And we will continue straight ahead, maybe descending a little bit. Okay, started climbing, some updraft here. So we have 4 aircraft in the air. So when I'm at the Alabama, it means I'm like 5 miles away from the airport or so. Let's reduce power a bit and get descent already. I'll turn on my fuel pumps just to be on the safe side. Where do I need to stay clear of that delta? So to the north side of the road, basically. This road. I can do that. Now we have Jacksonville Center again. Just waited for us to go away. So it looks like the Jacksonville Center actually just waited for us to go away, and then now they are back.
Yeah.
I requested flight following, and he said, "Yeah, you're going to leave my airspace
Yeah,
in a minute anyway." So
but it's a different guy than was there before, I believe.
I think so. Sounded different. So at best we would have gotten takeoff clearance, and that's it, I think.
Yeah. All right, so let's go 5 minutes. I descended a little bit, and I'm slower, so it's gonna take more time. So where do we have this ship? The airport is, I believe, there. It's like 5 nautical miles, all right. Okay, let's mark it as 6 minutes. Actually, all the way to user fix, it was 6 minutes. Okay, good. Okay, I'm staying here and wait to see the ship. If I can. Then I'll double back for the airport. I don't want to climb. It's been some updraft, really. No power whatsoever and still flying straight and level. Nice. Yeah, I'm still climbing even though I'm pitched down. It's nice. That should be the ship. It is, it looks funny. Oh, I have like all the ship traffic turned to 0, I think, so maybe that's the problem. Maybe. Yeah, hard to say. Oh, it looks like it can be it. Is it some kind of sailboat? Let's check it out. Oh, that's a nice and hefty descent rate. Maybe it is it. Yeah, looks like a custom boat. Alright. Okay, so let's go here, so we don't bust the delta. Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, about 5 miles to the north. We'll be entering left downwind for runway 18. Mobile. And I should check the weather, shouldn't I? So currently 300 at 7. Okay, 30, not this one. 300 at 7 means actually 32 or 36. So 36 it is, I believe. 32. It would be a completely different way. But let's do 32. Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo. Correction, I will be entering a right traffic, right downwind for runway. Sorry, left downwind for runway 32. International. Left. So let's overfly the field at 2,000 feet. Let's do this to runway 32, so I have a reference. Like so. Was the QNH. QNH was 2993, so let's set it up. Okay.
Mobile traffic, November 36 Echo, 10 miles east, 2500 for a right downwind, runway 32, mobile traffic.
Last station calling, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo here. I'm joining left traffic for runway 32.
Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, November 36 Echo, Roger, I'll make it a left pattern, runway 32 as well.
Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo will be overflying the field from east to west at 2,000 feet. We'll be doing a teardrop entry into the left downwind of runway 32, mobile.
Mobile traffic, November 91 Bravo Charlie is 8 miles to the east at 2,500 feet, inbound to join left downwind runway 32, and we'll be coming in from the south and join at 45 degrees, mobile.
Okay, I'm gonna start the timer over the field. We'll fly about 40 seconds, maybe a little bit more, for starting the descent and the turn. Okay, let's do that. So I'll descend and make a right turn. I'll try to keep it standard.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, about 6 miles east at 1500. We'll overfly the field at midfield runway 32 to the southwest, correction southeast at 1500. Mobile traffic.
Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, joining left downwind runway 32 at midfield at 45. Mobile. So wind was reported from 300. It's too much of a turn. Okay, let's drop one notch of flaps. And the gear. Let's go down a bit. Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base, runway 32. Mobile. Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final runway 32, touch and go, and left close traffic afterwards. Mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, overflying the field to the southwest at 1500 for a teardrop entry to left downwind runway 32. Mobile traffic.
Flaps up. And full power. Okay, positive right, gear up. Oh, I had a car across the runway. And let's climb out. Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left crosswind runway 32, mobile. Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left downwind runway 32, mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, 2 miles west, maneuvering to enter a left downwind, runway 32, 45-degree entry, mobile.
Mobile traffic, November 91 Papa Charlie, south of the airport, maneuver to enter left downwind for 332, behind the last station calling, I'm in sight, mobile.
So, flaps are down. Gear goes down. Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base runway 32, mobile.
Mobile International, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left downwind, runway 32, mobile.
Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final runway 32. Touch and go and left close traffic, mobile. A little bit lower this time. Too low. Let's do a go around.
Mobile traffic, 91 Papa Charlie, joining left downwind for 32, bye-bye.
Mobile traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, going around runway 32, mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left base, runway 32, mobile.
Okay, 1,000 feet. Then we'll need to wait until we are after the departure end of the runway. We can turn crosswind. Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left crosswind, runway 32, mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning final runway 32, touch and go, and then a left pattern, mobile.
Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left downwind, runway 32, mobile. I have the traffic on final.
Mobile traffic, 91 Bravo Charlie, turning left base for 32, mobile.
Okay, so there is a base traffic. Gonna extend a bit. Push transfer flaps.
Mobile traffic, 91 Bravo Charlie, turning final for 32, touch and go, mobile.
Landing gear. Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base runway 32. I have the traffic on final inside, mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left crosswind, runway 32, mobile.
Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final runway 32, touch and go and left close traffic, mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left downwind, runway 32, mobile.
Again, very low. I need to improve on that. some time. And gear up.
Mobile traffic, 91 Bravo Charlie, turning left crosswind for 32, staying in the pattern. Mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left base, runway 32, mobile.
Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left crosswind, runway 32, mobile.
Mobile international traffic, 91 Bravo Charlie, turning left downwind for 32, mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning final runway 32, touch and go, and then left traffic, mobile.
Mobile traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left downwind, runway 32, mobile. Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, midfield downwind, runway 32. We will be doing right 360 for spacing, mobile.
Mobile traffic, 91 Bravo Charlie, turning left base for 32, mobile. Mobile traffic, 91 Bravo Charlie, on final, runway 32, touch and go, staying in the pattern, mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left, crosswind, runway 32, mobile.
Don't see them. Let's see. Mobile traffic is Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo rejoining left downwind runway 32 at midfield. Mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left downwind, and we have the twin Cessna in sight. Mobile traffic.
Right, let's go flaps 15. Do not start descent until turning base in this faster and heavier bird. Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base runway 32, mobile. Okay, flaps 35.
Mobile international traffic, 91 Papa Charlie, turning left crosswind for 32, mobile.
Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final runway 32 for touch and go and left close traffic, mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, extending left downwind runway 32 for traffic, mobile.
Mobile traffic, 91 Charlie, turning left downwind 32, mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left base runway 32, mobile.
Flaps up.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning final runway 32, full stop, and now left traffic. Mobile traffic.
Gear up. Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left crosswind runway 32, mobile.
Mobile international traffic, 91 Papa Charlie, turning left base for 32, mobile.
Mobile international traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left downwind runway 32, mobile.
Mobile traffic, 91 Charlie, turning final for 32, touch and go, and left traffic.
How long do we stay here?
Good question.
I
They say
believe
they're still there,
I
cranking
believe
out patterns.
this will be my final touch and go, and then I'm off. But feel free to continue a little bit. I was here sooner. I can't seem to get my descent rate right.
The Warrior's flight model has changed quite a bit, I think. I think it used to be better for me as well.
Okay, flaps 15. Here, down. 3 green. Mobile International Traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base, runway 32. Runway 32, Mobile International.
Mobile International, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left crosswind, runway 32, mobile.
To flaps 35. Mobile International Traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final runway 32, touch and go, and then straight out departure out of the pattern. Mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left downwind, runway 32, mobile.
Mobile International Traffic, 91 Power Charlie, turning left crosswind for 32, mobile.
Flaps up. Okay, gear
Mobile
goes
traffic,
up.
91 Power Charlie, turning left downwind for 32, mobile.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left base, runway 32, mobile.
Okay, now we continue straight out.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning final, runway 32, touch and go, and then left downwind departure, mobile traffic.
Mobile traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo is out of the pattern to the northwest, turning south. We'll be overflying the field at 2,000 feet from north to south. Mobile.
Mobile International, November traffic, November 91 Bravo Charlie, turning left base, runway 32, mobile.
Mobile International traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, overflying the field from north to south at 2,000 feet. Mobile.
Mobile traffic, November 91 Bravo Charlie, turning final on 32, touch and go, and then left downwind departure to the south.
Mobile traffic, Orient 36 Echo, turning left crosswind, runway 32, mobile. Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left correction, left downwind, runway 32, mobile.
So that's roughly 189er. Yeah, it's roughly what I'm flying. Good. Now it should be another just 9 minutes to get to the destination.
Mobile traffic, November 152 Juliet 2 is 8 miles east of Mobile, flying to the airport west of local traffic.
Mobile traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, on a left downwind, runway 32, leaving 1300, climbing 2500, departing south, final call, mobile.
Mobile International traffic, November 91 Bravo Charlie, turning left crosswind, runway 32, mobile.
Okay, so first is like 4.4 minutes, but I was already in the air, so I will be much quicker here, understandably.
Mobile traffic, 91 Bravo Charlie, turning left downwind, 32, mobile.
Right, let's call it 3 minutes and 36 seconds. 3 minutes and 36 seconds, that's 3.6. Another 3.62 tip of descent.
Mobile traffic, 91 Bravo Charlie, leaving the pattern to the south at 1,500 feet, climbing 2,500. Final call, mobile.
Right, so what do we have here? So we should see that, or have we already seen? Yeah, okay, the island was obviously behind us. Now we will go across the bridge there, if it's there, and we should arrive at the airport. Not sure what wind we will have, so I guess I'll just overfly the field and we'll try to spot some weather vane. If it's also coming from 30 like it was at Mobile International, that would mean a runway 30. So if that is the case, then I can drop right into the left downwind of 30. We'll see. Okay, the bridge is there. The airport should be behind that bridge. This is the airport. So how far I am from it? Say 8 miles. Let's see. Jeremiah traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, twin Cessna, about 8 miles to the north. We'll be overflying the field at 1,500 to ascertain the wind conditions. Jeremiah. Also slow down considerably. I have time to look. Considerably shorter runway. Not sure if there is any windsock. Jeremiah traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, overflying the field from north to south at 1,500 feet. Jeremiah. Okay, so actually so the windsock is there and it's perpendicular to the runway. So we can do runway 12. And I descend it, so let's climb back. Jeremiah traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo. I'm turning around and will be overflying the field from south to north and joining left downwind runway 12 directly. Jeremiah. Okay, so let's
Jeremiah traffic, Aria 36 Echo, about 9 miles north for a left downwind runway 12 Jeremiah.
Right. Jeremiah traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, left downwind runway 12, Jeremiah. Okay, flaps 1, gear down. A little bit of trim. Jeremiah traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left downwind to runway 12, Jeremiah.
Jeremiah traffic, November 9 Ohio Charlie, Cessna 152, about 10 miles to the north, inbound for landing, and join the left downwind runway 12, Jeremiah.
Okay, final flaps. Jeremiah traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final runway 12, full stop, Jeremiah. Okay, so let's see. 3 green.
Jeremiah traffic, Aria 36 Echo, about 5 miles north, you'll enter left downwind runway 12 at 45 degrees, Jeremiah.
Yeah, let's put it into a side slip. Jeremiah traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, vacated the runway 12. I estimate the wind to be approximately from 240 at 5 to 10 knots. Jeremiah. Okay, parking brake. Landing lights off, strobe lights off. Okay, thank you very much for watching. A lot of traffic patterns today. Just showed that I do need a practice for that. So yeah, maybe next time we'll do some traffic pattern as well. We'll see. We are now at Jeremiah Denton Airport, and I hope that the flight next week will be also
Jeremiah
interesting.
traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left downwind, runway 12, Jeremiah.
So I wish you all a very nice rest of the week, and until next time, bye bye. 1000 already.
Jeremiah traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, go around, runway 12, Jeremiah.
Okay, let's watch the aircraft.